let me speak layman's to somebody. When Joseph Antoine King grew up, his history was extremely happy, peachy clean. Then all of a sudden, weird stuff started to happen. We're not going to say aliens. We're going to say humans. Okay? Because it was. Then we're going to say he started to realize he's not like he is. He started receiving pictures from people in the past of things. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, Then you had other people trying to go out and go on a date. And then I'm like, oh, okay. This kind of at least resembles a little bit of the past. You have somebody, after I gotten past all that, revisiting that. Then all of a sudden you got drugs. I don't really get into drugs like that. I liked weed. I don't really like or care for the other stuff. Somebody else pushes that. Then all of a sudden, something starts to help, right? Oh, we're going to figure it. No, pump your fucking brakes, person. And the reason why I call you out so much is because I'm like, it's continually moving in an awkward, one wheel wobbly, the other wheel pulling away, the other wheel going down, the other wheel going up. This is what I feel like the tires on this car is going. Like, I'm not crazy. Ready to go get my psychosocial, where he's already cleared me. Then all of a sudden, they say, come and do the last one. I'm going to go today. Like, bro, didn't you say go ahead and give me the... Yeah, I told her she could just go and give you the... I was like, right. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of weird. Now, if somebody's going to tell him to say he didn't say it, which is what people aren't getting. And I'm not lying my butt off. Like when somebody put all this other fake stuff in the air, stating, oh, Joseph thinks this. Oh, Joseph thinks that. What do you guys do when I walk outside? Bombard me, right? That's what happened at the last plague. Oh, and then their excuse is going to be, shouldn't have been listening. Wow. Some other stuff is going on. So then you mix this stuff with that stuff and it looks really crazy. And then they start denying. So instead of having New York say, yeah, we shouldn't have done this and we shouldn't have done that, that was our bad, which would alleviate a lot of pressure, you don't. You turn it into a white versus black, economic versus social, all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here like something just doesn't feel right still. So my thing is like, drop the mind readers up here, or quote unquote mind readers up here, just telling people this and telling people that. You need to either pull that out in the open or stop for a while. Because now you have it like, oh, something's going back and forth, right? Did you explain that to everybody else? What about the nature stuff, Polo Ground? It's somebody's whispering. Almost, somebody said almost had to. That right there, I don't play with. And then from me leaving on the water to smell to a comment being said about, oh, that, and then, oh, we don't go into, like, yes, you do. Like, that's what your job is, bro. And then you coming into mine. Then I'm thinking about something when I open my closet that morning, and then your reaction that afternoon. So you're pretty much, some people are telling on themselves. Which I'm like, And you came in and you're doing all this, like, I was like, okay, looking at your body language. Your body language is saying something else and matching something else. But you're going to have somebody do what? Get the camera or slow stuff down or speed stuff up. And at the same time, you got somebody sounding like they're just saying stuff out loud. Or they are. I'm not like, what's the word? My hearing isn't bad. So it's like, think about you possibly having or trying to make it like a scapegoat or something, I guess. I don't know what the plan is with that, trying to make something look bad. So I'm sitting here like, all this other stuff is weird. Something's not right. And somebody needs to really inform. Like, I'll be trying to get people to talk to me, like, yo, you should talk to me. Direct. You shouldn't talk to no damn mind reader. That's the last person you should talk to. FYI. Because if you think about the thoughts that they planted, it's not good. And how do you thought plant? I don't know. Let's just say if you know I'm allergic to something and you spray it, I'm gonna sneeze. If I think about going and doing something, like yesterday, I thought about going to the ferry, then I didn't. But I'm like, why? And then also about having this and having a that. Why the backwards and forward? I'm like, oh, they're trying to help. Help you? Okay, help me would be you doing the right thing, just period, and then seeing what happens. Like, come on, stand up for yourself. Me standing up for myself can also make me look hostile and not get along or not have friends in the environment, while somebody else that's not having to stand up for themselves makes hella friends. So then, like yesterday, even though you know what, I don't like how we already had a conversation upstairs, and I put that online. Whereas we talked and I said, well, it's not what other people have said. Downstairs has said what? Oh, you think somebody up here got psych on your wing? It's psych. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then you have the whole confirmation of, yeah, you're not crazy. People are kind of talking back to something because you can clearly see it and hear it. And it's online. So I'm just like, why would you kind of deny? And then the whole thing about the psych thing, I specifically asked, are you psych? Because they were saying it downstairs, is what I said. I never came out and said, somebody's crazy or are you? No. I asked you, are you psych? Somebody, oh, you said psychopath. Well, then again, like before, or are you the one that's causing all the drama? So my thing is I have to keep calling things out because I'm like, something isn't right. And I'm not talking to myself. I'm actually posting. I have a recording thing on my door. So yesterday, when I was recording, they're like, oh, they kept making it like they're talking about me. Now they're not. Why do people do that? You're better off not and just admitting. But then my thing is, while somebody else is trying to do this and do that, and hee ha ha, be careful, bro. Because you never know if somebody else is watching and listening and not on the same wavelength as you. So I'm like, oh, somebody's up here just, yeah, yeah, I know, I got it. I'm like, okay, babe, now you got to think about your surroundings. You think everybody knows what you're up to. So I'm like, it's kind of confusing as to X, Y, and Z because somebody was trying to make it look like whatchamacallit were brainwashing us. And I'm like, no, don't say that. Then they're like, oh, they trying to take over the world. Don't say that. I was like, all this extra stuff. And then with me being drug outside and itching and scratching or doing this or doing that or oh no, watch me do this and sim doll. And I'm like, okay, you said a lot of crazy and somebody's showing a lot of crazy So I'm like, I'm trying to do the right thing and say, hey, people, even though it's probably going to, make some people mad, but I'm like, hey, I don't like that. I don't like nobody. I don't like nothing being done. I don't like nobody, nothing, anything, period, people, whatever, group being done wrong. Just be honest and walk it about the situation. And don't be selfish. Like dude down there at the end of the hall, Spanish dude, you ain't got no food. I got some food. I got you. Real simple. All these hand gestures, signals that they're using, flip-flopping, shelter, not the shelter, people downstairs, upstairs, New York, white folks, black folks. I'm like, why do y'all continually do that? Could you not be frustrating somebody else that, I guess we're frustrating the right person because the right person did it to us. Who said that? Have you asked me directly? That's the whole problem. Ugh, fly. And then as I I keep saying several different things. I feel like several people, I guess. And then everybody, oh no, now we can use that. That's good. We can say that we're in fact. Hun, you got Star Wars Galactica, what do they call it? Comic-Con person seeming like weird in here or something. Because I'm just like, baby, calm down. Check everybody's Comic-Con registry. Like somebody seems like they're a little bit. So I'm like, wow, somebody else is like, I feel like a pull, like a psychopathic pull. So I feel a normal pull and I feel a psychopathic pull. And that's probably why you're having your trust issue. Because while everybody else is focusing here, I feel like somebody's also focusing with a little turmoil and not correcting the turmoil or feeling like they can't correct the turmoil based off of a lie. So, like, say for instance, if somebody's like, um, the making it seem like something is here, you get in here, it's not, right? Then you go somewhere else. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just go to it? Or if somebody's making it seem like they're in a room, remember the pipe? They're around people. For some reason, there's the whatchamacallit place. Oh yes, it's down there, and it's da da da. So you're trying to make one person look like a complete liar after you, I guess, utilize them. That's another thing. You should be honest about that. As painstaking as it is, instead of being honest or sucking up to certain people, this, that, and the third, you be very clear, be honest. Because that's what I feel is some things like it's giving me weird energy. It shouldn't be no competition of who who cares the most, I guess, or is the perfect fit, or cause I'm like, why is there seeming like there's almost like this weird whatchamacallit. Like I was thinking the other day, if I have some type of it should be actually to assist me, not to not assist me. Meaning like maybe if I'm thinking or pulling or something said or done, you should kind of go with it, right? Versus not. Or versus trying to do it on the backside. It's like if I don't know something, you study something for years, right? I don't know something. And it says, yeah, well, I need nitrous dioxide 59 to be okay. You'd be like, dang, nitrous dioxide 59. Of course it probably doesn't, because why? Um, Somebody else is saying that to confuse the situation. It would have told me, oh, I just need green leaves. I'm like, oh, okay, green leaves. And somebody else, oh, he said, how does he know about green leaves? I don't know. He needs to know about green leaves. No, I got it. I need, yeah, I got it. 59. They be like, okay, hold on. So you need green leaves or nitrous oxide? And somebody else is, he's stupid. He don't even know what he's talking about. You don't need nitrous dioxide 59. Stupid. It's like, no, you just fed an incorrect thought after the correct thought. And that's kind of what's been going on, people. So I'm like, something just don't seem right. And I get mixed whatchamacallits too, all the time. It changes, which is weird. And that's why I said you have to explain, are you trying to actually help or hurt? And then if somebody's not trying to help, why? There might be a very specific reason why you should just kind of go with helping properly, right? I don't know what more to say than that. It's just like, it just seems like that's pretty much. I'm like, so if you got a mind reader and y'all sitting up here saying weird I'm like, think about it. That's why you have to kind of think and be like, I'm like, both sides have to kind of be honest. And I'm like, I feel like a weird ass pull. Excuse my language. A weird pull. And then somebody's gonna say it's not and it's this. You gotta be honest, man. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna stress me. Just that, okay, if it's a logical explanation, explain it to Joseph. That's what should be said. Everything. And then right alongside somebody else. It's kind of getting to the point where like you should have, because something still doesn't sit right, and they're so focused on. Well, that you have to ask, whatchamacallit, what were y'all responding to? How do you think that would look? So if I open this car, someone's like, shut the door. So I shut the door. I feel like I shut the door. So I shut the door. Then all of a sudden, I look back in and I'm like, and I step on the, or not step, I casually move something. But somebody else steps. Think of how that's gonna, I don't know. I'm like, oh, you have to get somebody to be honest first. That's what you need to start doing. If you already know and you already seen and you already recorded it, or that's why I record it. I'm like, okay, y'all being extra weird. We have a hospital saying that nothing's in my job. That's another thing. Like I'm sitting there trying to be the reasonable and sensible one. I think I heard that. Just like, and you start realizing somebody else is bull. That's why I was extremely mad about the two. I was like, why would y'all do that? And that's probably another reason why somebody would want to see me to be like, oh, let me see it. But the way y'all portray it, I'm like, something did not sit right. I keep telling you, I got that gut feeling like I'm feeling sex. Somebody isn't right. Maybe somebody's trying to do right. I'm like, trying to do right. Wouldn't you talk to just Angela King? And I keep saying that, like, you should probably get somebody that has a little more pull and tug, meaning he's a little more weight in things. And you should probably involve somebody else that can actually set things right. Meaning, we got the freaking cops on up, we can take up to 18. Dude, by that time, ain't no telling. This is always an excuse. Oh, we got it. Oh, like, dude, it's really not that hard. Kind of coming outside. How many times have you heard come outside, go upstairs, all the way out in the hall? Like, you've already heard all that. Well, I know. So then when it actually happens, I'm sitting here like, I'm not gonna go because you've done it before. I went and y'all niggas was like, oh, ain't nothing up here. Go back downstairs. That's what like something. That's why certain people don't like it. I be like, like it is. You talking about original club, but you don't know what damage you're doing. That's another thing. It's like you don't know what damage you're doing. You don't know what's going on. Look at the imagery you're putting out. I'm like, think about it. Think about this area in general. Think about the last area. Think about the area before then. And they also try to make it seem like they were taken up for African American, right? I was like, okay, But then all of a sudden, y'all kind of took that, tossed it in the trash quite a bit. It's kind of like going against me is doing more. It's going against your own thing. It just seems weird. I'm like, this stuff seems weird. Yesterday, when I was playing like I was doing football, you would have some guy walking by my phone and put his hand over, like, did you get that? Then somebody acting like something's actually recording. Is it? And I'm saying at the window saying this because like, at some point you need to be honest. And direct when you're honest. Not, I'm gonna be direct way over here. Like, this is how they'll do it. I'm gonna be direct. I'm gonna be way over behind that building, right there with the seven little pointed squares, that tall building from all the way over there. I'm gonna be completely honest. Oh, I told you, I'm completely honest. Joseph's being honest. Oh, light it up on the. What does that mean? It means, oh, whatchamacallit down, we're up. Oh, Lord. This could have been, I stood a certain way or somebody walked in front of the light. Did I notice it and didn't notice it? What happened? Uh-oh, now it's two lights on the, what looks like two lights right here. What does that mean? That's why I'm like, somebody got to be honest, bro. I can't deal with the dishonesty. Yesterday, I'm like, after I saw that mess about coming in here and looking, and which car looked in, I was like, why he looked there? And he looked there. After I looked, so I'm like, And then yesterday, oh, I got him on tape with you saying the F word. I don't like the F word. Guess what? He's probably heated because he doesn't understand from the previous altercation upstairs why this guy is on my tail when he should be on the tail of downstairs. Like, then y'all should go ask him face to face. Did you say you have sight? Because he said, clear as day. I think somebody on your floor might have sight. They're kind of like the guy that kept repeating himself. You sat there crying almost. But actually, you pretty much were. That's why I'm like, that's not right for y'all to do. Not replying to you saying that's not right for y'all to do. That was dumb. And then turning stuff around. I will forever do anything that's placed towards me, turn it around because that's the way it should be. And I know I'm sure in my that's why I'm like, people feed me different stuff. And that's weird about that whole every time something falls. Now, what does that make it look like? I'm sitting here like, every time I. Every time something falls, I'm like, eat it. Okay. I need somebody else over here talking about taking it and making money. And I'm just like, okay, so somebody's taking another one? And then old girl in 705 standing in the bathroom when somebody's saying, oh, they got. I was like, okay, I looked. And she started closing the door. So I'm like, okay. Oh, that mean he ain't got it. That mean he don't got it. That mean what? And then whatchamacallit, Lincoln, come see me later. Okay. Y'all seem like y'all playing a whole bunch of, just like the last place was kind of. And I'm like, and I always said this. I said, if somebody is actually mind reading, they're going to know what's true and what's fake based off of what they know and what they say. So you might as well just kind of be honest. They're going to know I was honest. I started back thinking, like, I'm not worried about. The only thing I'm worried about is somebody portraying stuff because they're not telling or bringing it to my face to face. I'm like, okay, you're not bringing it to my face to face, but other people are talking about it. So I'm like, what should I do? Record. I'm like, because you're not bringing it face to face. You're kind of letting people walk around, talk. When I was at the freaking place yesterday, what happened at the DMV? That's Social Security. On the way to route. I'm just like you. I'm praying that somebody is like, seriously, got a check and an apology in hand. Like, appreciate your help, Joseph. Good looking out. And then somebody else realizes it's not as bad if you don't make it bad. Because like at the apartment last, somebody kept pushing that. Oh, they everybody gonna get. I'm like, oh, here we go. Why do you keep saying that? And every time you say that, things turn up. And I'm getting very worried. I was getting worried before because I was like, that's the only reason I did. Because I was like, hold on. Because I'm saying I'm trying to kill myself. Some saying this. Some saying that. Some saying I gave out of all these people. Some saying this. Some saying that. Some saying I gave it back. Some saying I didn't get. Some saying it's not me. Some saying it's him. Some saying it's them. Didn't use my family. Didn't do this, that. I'm like, oh, pump your brakes. Let's get something on one accord. Let's get honesty first, and let's get fluency of information. I even said let's downplay some people's roles so it won't get complicated. Meaning, look, babe, we know you did X, Y, and Z, but it's okay. We just need to know the truth. Like nobody's trying to send you up the river and get you on no RICO charges like that. Okay, we just need you to stop being RICO. That's why I kind of joked about it. I said, "What, little what was it? Jack Jack." So I'm like, Jack Jack and the Rico. So I'm like, all of this was done outside. So I'm like, baby, be extremely clear. You can distort the truth, but people know it, and it doesn't fit well with anybody's agenda. Period. I'd be like black, white, Spanish, pale, white, uncolored, Chinese, areola black. I don't know, whatever. Areola. It's like be real, cause something. If y'all do that lying, just be honest. Then an approach. If you came to me and said, Joseph, bro, I thought such and such. So what I did was instead of I kind of made up a story and then I'm like, okay, well, let's sit down. Let's fix the problem. Because you told people to say this, it's that, you said people to say this, it's that, you said this, it's that. Let's fix the problem. Oh, well, technically, okay, well then you need to go do a fundraising event. You need to go put on a hat and a cup. Say, oops, my bad, everybody. If that, and if not that, realize what's on the frontier. And you're gonna get back and punish somebody. Okay, good. You're worse somebody's not. This your dad. You're playing game. This person's lying, that person's not. It's like, I'm sitting here, okay, something seems a little, like you're like, oh, something. Okay, if you was trying to take and do, that's bad. Shouldn't try to do that and make money and all that stuff. I continue to do it today. Hey, like I said downstairs at the whatchamacallit yesterday, you got a hole in your thing just like that the window at that last place. I was like, why in your office did you have that window up? When I first came to New York, I was like, there's some dudes standing outside and you're discussing personal business. When I first got to New York back in 2018. And I was kind of like, here, I was like, you're discussing business and you got a hole above your door. You should probably fix that. So now somebody's like, oh, we're being, no, babe. Calm down. And somebody's telling me they had their heart set on. I'm like, maybe not telling me. Don't play that. Baby, you have to stop. Go ahead. I'm gonna go to do this day. I'm gonna go today. Like I need to get this paper in a couple days. Stop playing with me. And then see them or not. Oh, good luck trying to. The city should have been said, look, y'all mind y'all. We gonna go ahead and pay that boy and then send me a letter. Look, we got you. Sorry about that. Sorry about everything you went through. Appreciate you. Our bad. Probably gonna handle it differently. This, that, and the third. I'm like, something just don't fit right. And then you know some stuff, which I'm like, people know stuff, bro. I'm like, I feel it in my gut is usually never wrong. Ever. Usually. Unless somebody forces it. That's the funny thing that used to happen. Always be right, always have, or everything kind of. I'm like, Then all of a sudden it's like everything just. Even now, I'm like the whole unemployment thing. Like you might be saying we're gonna wait, we're gonna pay you, and like I don't know what you're saying, right? Because you're not really saying. I went down to the comptroller. You're not really saying. So these things, he's hanging in a balance. I would go ahead and cap that and see what happens. Being like, hey, not meaning stop, but hey, we're gonna get you. We're gonna look out for you, bro. Oh, okay, cool. Appreciate you. Done. Then something says, hey, maybe these people are honest after all. Joey. And I keep seeing that. And I'm like, and oh, now you're sick. Cut that out. Like, honey, I know what I actually and what I don't, what I hear and what I don't. He thought that da 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 da. I said you can do light tricks, you can do. See, somebody's so busy trying to. So when they start monitoring the lights, change your perception. Maybe it was just that's why I was like, maybe that's why they say these. They're trying to good. Somebody should really talk that right. It's not just saying that and then turning around and doing the opposite. Because you might be trying to do the same thing and working against you. It just seems really weird. Kind of like when the whole when it was like, oh, one race, another race, and all of a sudden it started being more Indian. It was just like, man, it's like a whole lot of people. Not saying it's a bad thing. It's just like, now I'm gonna say it's a bad thing. That's what I'm trying to take out that. So I'm sitting here trying to take out the whole racial thing. That was like yesterday. Whatchamacallit came in there looking like he was doing right. Then the next person came in looking like they were doing. So I'm sitting here, even though both were technically, because one put the bar in yay, and one put the thing in yay, but it was about the approach, right? So my take could be, I thought this morning something was blah blah blah, which some in the background could clearly say on his thing. I could hear that. Then you stomping or kicking or moving, like okay, or doing a little. I'm like, okay, look at me. You say, oh, I wasn't doing that, but maybe the way it looked. And then whatchamacallit coming in. Now, you know, we're trying to put hang on. It's just like, and that too, the whole thing about Leslie Day. I did that to get somebody to be boisterous. Like about Khalil. Like, oh, I thought a thought, right? So somebody, oh, mm-hmm. Like, really? No, that's not what I would have done it to kind of prove a point. Not to sex, but you know, to get y'all to stop. Oh, kind of like I was going to have somebody go up and, but the right way, because I'm like, everything I do tends to have the wrong consequence. So if I run up there and whatchamacallit sees and runs up there, go up there, look on, go up there tonight, he's on the roof. Oh, he's in the basement. Go ahead, he's in the basement. Or, we said, oh, I should have, go ahead. I'm like, hopefully, people get to I'm thinking about going and getting mine. Right. So now what somebody would do is come and say they stopped by again. Right? So I'm gonna leave a nice little note this time. Like, look, if if you stop by, leave a message here or slide a message under my door because this is a lot much. But yeah, so this is going to go up on, which somebody clearly could change it. They wanted to change the URL. And then the whole running up and getting the, if somebody hacking and you talking about the run and go get, like, okay, who you telling run and go get? Because you make it look like something else. Look like the wrong dang thing. And now I'm going to talk about, oh, they're help, like, hey, that, you could just kind of be honest. Be like, we're gonna, we are gonna get you. Because I like, and then the back and forth with the, has anybody talked about that? And I pointed to something, but I don't know. I guess if you saw up here, you see it. Like I said, it has consequences, babe. Your action, people's actions, being slick, being sly, being conniving, being manipulative. It has repercussions. I've always believed in that. Being honest, you get a lot further. And like, oh, they are. Okay, man, that didn't seem like it. I'm like, I've seen things and things that have yet to be explained. Why don't you just